Packers. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Ready. Roll.
They start on the ground here. It's Sanders. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
19.
From the 27, Young looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Ready, set.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. A nice throw there. And, you know, this game, a true rarity. Not one, but you got 2 rookie quarterbacks facing each other in the playoffs. What do you think, Charles, that says about the state of quarterback play in today's NFL?
I'm glad you asked that question because all week in preparation for this game, I thought about that, and what I've landed on is this. These kids play high-stakes games from the time they're in high school. A lot of them travel to play games. They play on television. They go to college, play big-time games. And let's face it, the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. So these kids develop a lot faster and are a lot more confident before they even hit the NFL.
On 2nd and 9, Young. He's got Sanders on the out route. It's caught. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen The benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 12, Young flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, a 3-yard touchdown run. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Clifford. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. An inside give to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. You're running.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Back to throw. Clifford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 31 yards there and a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung here.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys,
nah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Sanders diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a 1st-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 1st down, Clifford buying time to his left. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39. A gain there of 21 yards. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Drops it to Jones in the flat. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On second down, it's Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, Clifford. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Here we go, Jack. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And Tariq Carpenter will be credited with a tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
It's Young off play action. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
79 Broncos. Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 tight, 19, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Go, Reed, go.
Young now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Hayden Hurst, as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Clifford. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, Clifford. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948,
Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones taking it in from the 20. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Panthers 28, Packers 7.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's going to field this at the 4. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
19 Tigers.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Come on. Hey.
On 1st and 10, Young. He'll fire this complete to Hurst down the field. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defensive.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kenny Clark forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. Did march to the end zone the last time out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle, Jones. And some room to work. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 79 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Throwing on 1st down. Clifford. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
And that's a good run, and I know he went out of bounds, so we could nitpick a little bit here and get on him and say, hey, make sure you stay in bounds, keep the clock running. But this stage of the game, Brandon, that's not really uppermost in his mind. He just wants to take care of the football and gain yardage.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of comfort there with it not just being a one-score game, so not too nitpicky. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
That throw by Young incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Panthers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your team.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
On 2nd and 12, Young. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Being chased out left. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And Young's throw there incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier. He wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move.